I'm Ian, and it's 2020, whole new decade, baby. You know what that means? New year, new me.
2019 was a really fun year for me on my channel, but it feels like I focused maybe a bit too much on Sonic games. Sonic game streams, Sonic game let's play, Sonic game reviews, just lots of Sonic games.
So yeah, new year, new me indeed. I just want to do something different. Hell, why even play video games? Let's just pop on the TV and see what's on. Check it out, and oh, god damn it.
Sonic was pretty hot shit in the early 90s, and as a result, Sega was whoring him out to just about everyone who would use him. I'm talking trading cards, books, comics, McDonald's toys, and yes, even cartoons. There have been a few Sonic cartoons over the years from various different companies, but originally they came from Deke, most famous for Inspector Gadget. These guys put out a few Sonic shows over the years, the most well-liked of these being the Saturday morning cartoon show simply titled Sonic the Hedgehog, which just so happens to be one of my favorite cartoons of the era. And the least well-liked is Sonic Underground, which is weird and bad.
But long before Sonic Underground and, slightly before Sonic Sat AM, came unquestionably the strangest of the Sonic cartoons, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Made to counteract the relatively serious and dark Saturday morning series, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is what I assume every drug is like. It's bright, it's goofy, and it's unabashedly bizarre. I think I like it.
This show is probably best known these days for being super incredibly fucking weird, but actually it was an incredibly important and influential piece of Sonic's history here in the West, really shaping the way we perceive the Hedgehog in the US and in Europe in the 90s.
In fact, I'd go as far as to call it the single most influential piece of early Sonic media over here. The Robotnik design would go on to inspire that of Sat AM, the Archie comic, Sonic Underground, and Sonic the Comic. You know, the weird British one.
But who the hell cares about information and learning the history of your favorite franchise? I just want to watch stupid cartoons. Now, I own a DVD with a couple random episodes of the show on it, and we're just going to watch 2 of them at random, because quite frankly, I don't think I can really do the show justice by explaining it, so I'm just going to show it to you. Starting with the first episode I ever personally watched, Birth of a Salesman.
Well, first things first, I love this intro. Blending the Sonic 1 and 2 title theme with the Flight of the Bumblebees not only makes for an incredibly catchy jingle, it also captures the absolutely bonkers spirit of this show pretty beautifully. I like it. The episode proper starts with Robotnik, who's looking hella thick by the way, cussing out Scratch and Grounder. These two are basically his main lackeys throughout the series who are supposed to catch Sonic for Robotnik and then, don't, because they suck.
There's also a third badnik who helps out sometimes. He's a Coconuts from Sonic 2, but he's not in either of the episodes we're watching today, so
Anyway, Eggman, and yes, I might call him Eggman sometimes because it's just instinct and you 90s fans can deal with it, is bitching out Scratch and Grounder when Wes Weasley arrives. He's a traveling salesman with, what was the company name again?
HDSVADL! And that stands for Handy Dandy Supervillain Appliance Distributors Limited.
So despite Eggman's entire deal being inventing and making his own robots and gadgets, he decides to buy devices off Wes anyway, starting with the Darkinator, which makes things dark, so Sonic has to go slowly because it's dark and he can't see? That's dumb. He also throws in 2 pairs of infrared goggles, which Scratch and Grounder take to sabotage Sonic. Of course, they fuck it up because they don't put on the goggles, and for some reason Sonic can crawl under the darkness? Then Sonic breaks them, and they go back to Robotnik, who isn't thrilled. Next, they try buying a freeze ray, which they use on Sonic after he fucking massacres Tails at Leapfrog. Of course, they miss him and hit each other, which Sonic responds to by fucking murdering them by melting.
We're melting! We are melting!
man, this is some pretty heavy shit for a kid's show.
Eggman fixes them and he is pretty pissed, but he checks out another one of Wes's devices.
This better be good, Weasley.
This time it's a gravity stopper because if Sonic's floating, he can't run. God, Eggman's so thick! Anyway, this device actually makes some sense other than the fact that his best friend is Tails, who flies. So naturally, that's exactly what happens. Eventually, Scratch jumps into the anti-gravity thing to catch Sonic, and then he falls on Grounder and they die again. After repairing them yet again, Robotnik summons Wes, and he's pretty mad. To make it up to him, Wes sells him a fucking disintegrator ray, which, why didn't you just start with that? Eggman isn't too thrilled with that because in his own weird fetishy rant,
I want to put him in a dungeon so I can gloat at him.
Fortunately, it can also reconstruct people, so it's fine. Wes gets sent along with Scratch and Grounder to supervise, which means very little because instead of hitting the disintegrate button, Scratch and Grounder hit the clone button and create 4 more Sonics who then do this.
And fire!
Alright, after getting merged back into a single Sonic, he heads over to Robotnik's castle and disguises himself as a shark salesman, subjecting our villain to some weird bodily torture.
Man, Sonic's kind of scary in this show.
After revealing himself to the villains and to the audience, despite having just revealed himself to the audience before this bit even started, Sonic runs off and leaves our villains to utter their catchphrase,
What? That wasn't even close to being in sync. Well, whatever, that's the end of the episode, but let's not forget Sonic Says.
Each episode ends with a little PSA for the kids. What words of wisdom do you have to impart on us today, Sonic?
If it sounds too good to be true, it's probably false.
Okay.
Well, that episode was actually pretty cute. It was funny. I enjoyed it. Do you want to watch another one? Hell yeah. Let's put on another one.
Next up, we have Must Have Been a Beautiful Baby. It starts with Sonic and Tails fighting Scratch and Grounder in a laundromat. Spoiler, Sonic wins and murders them. Again, Robotnik's pretty irritated about it. He decides to build a ray to turn Sonic old, which is a pretty gross image, to be honest. I don't like this. Meanwhile, Sonic introduces Tails to his cocaine stash.
Tails never broke. His addiction and Sonic was found dead behind a dumpster 6 weeks later. The end.
Just kidding, it's actually freeze-dried powdered chili dogs, because what else would it be? They travel to the factory where that shit is made, and we get this unfortunate sight before Tails decides to just ride the conveyor belt and eat straight powdered food, which even Sonic finds pretty gross. Tails then finds a glass of water and,
Am I allowed to be watching this? I feel like I'm on a watch list for watching this.
After that, surprise! Scratch and Grounder are here, and they fire the aging ray at Sonic and Tails. They fuck it up because of course they did, and they turn Sonic and Tails into babies instead. Eggman yells at them and tells them to turn the duo old, but instead they miss and turn Robotnik into, oh hell yeah!
Alright, Baby Sonic, get the fuck out of here. Baby Robotnik, taking the world by storm.
Baby Robotnik, of course, throws a fucking hissy fit, and then all the babies play. Except not really Robotnik, because he's a creep, and then this happens.
Robotnik wheelie mad now. Me hate Queen Pie.
Seriously, I think I can hear the FBI outside my door. This is gonna end really, really badly for me.
Baby Robotnik chases Baby Sonic and Tails around for a while until a kindly old daycare owner finds them, and rather than calling the police, she fucking abducts them. Hijinks ensue at the daycare for a while, with Robotnik trying to murder Baby Sonic, but instead blowing himself up a bunch. All the while, Scratch and Grounder are trying to reclaim him, which goes about as well as you would expect. This goes on for quite a while until eventually one of Baby Robotnik's traps, which involved Sonic getting tangled into a car, ends with a poor human baby child being dragged by a rope via car while Sonic just watches him and laughs.
Man, Sonic is hardcore.
So Robotnik is horribly injured and mangled as a result of this and screams in agony until finally Scratch and Grounder manage to age him back to normal. He goes to the daycare to turn Sonic and Tails old because apparently he's still on that, and fortunately enough Sonic and Tails are aged back to normal while Robotnik is left as an old man, thus ending the episode. Wow.
That was totally fucking bonkers, man. Can you believe all of that transpired in one episode? Well, okay, whatever. What life lessons do you have to teach us today, Sonic?
If you think it's smart to climb in a dryer, you're really all wet.
Well, you can't argue with that.
So that's that for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was something a little different, just felt like experimenting in the new year. Don't worry, we're gonna be back to game reviews next time, but hey, let me know what you thought of the video down below. I'm having fun experimenting, so let's keep doing that. If you've watched the show, let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content. Till next time, guys, I'm LyingTuna, signing off. Bye-bye. God, that was all weird.